Hi, you guys. So a lot of us are feeling like a failure, and I've been watching all these shows. I've been watching Survivor. I literally binge watched Survivor from season one, a few months ago, and I'm like down to season 42 now. So I can say I'm a huge Survivor fan. And I hope I can apply for the show one day and just get the courage to do that. I just finished the summit, which I think is completely trash. It is not to be compared with Survivor at all. But what I'm just trying to bring out is watching Survivor. There's one thing I've always said to myself, or I've always questioned myself about, and that is talent. I've always wondered what my actual talent is like what am I actually good for? And I've always like, I don't know, it feels like I'm doubting myself. Like I keep questioning myself, like what am I really good at? I see all these people that are so good at doing all these things, and I sat down and I really come to realize that maybe some of these people are just average individuals, and I should have known that. I feel like there are lots of us that we really have the answers to questions that we're asking ourselves, and we the self-doubt is so strong that we would rather not believe in ourselves. And it's just crazy to me, you know it's really crazy to me. And guess what? I have been, doing Uber for years. I've been doing Uber Eats for years, and I've always had a normal job, but I've always had a side hustle. That's just me. And, there are lots of stories to come, with me driving Uber, doing Uber Eats, and just, I've experienced a lot doing all that, but that has nothing crazy has made me want to say, okay, I'm done. I quit, even though I've had a corporate job. I've had, retail store job. I've been everything, okay? But I'm still like always just gonna have my side hustle. So doing Uber, there was a time that I picked up a guy, which honestly I was kind of scared because he was drunk. And that was, my first experience where I had someone that was evidently, drunk. Oh, I thought was drunk. I mean, I would say it was drunk, but, to some certain extent, we do know that, okay, we're drunk, but we can still comprehend certain things. So, and obviously, certain situations push us to do certain things. So in that situation, definitely went out to drink because he had a lot on his mind, and I could deduct that from our conversations. You know, he came into my car and he was like, "Hi, how you doing?" And I just said, "I'm okay." And how are you doing? And that was how we started. Like, just hanging in there, just trying to get by. And he was like, what do you want out of life? And it's funny because someone else asked me recently, but we're not going to get into that today. I want to talk about this specific guy and how he made me, you know, how he gave me that moment of ding, this alarm bell moment. So we got talking, and we got talking, and he said he's into carpentry. I think he asked about most people, when they start talking to me, they ask why I drive Uber. And obviously, I tell them my situation is either I'm doing that as a side also. But recently, it has been a different situation. I'm doing this for a survivor. But again, we're not going to get into that. Um, so I told this guy that, yeah, that's the situation. So we kind of talked over that, and it was like, oh, so am I in school? And I told him, yes, I'm still a student, and I'm trying to get, this degree. And it was like, okay, yeah, he got his degree just because that was what his parents wanted him to do, and now he's actually working as a carpenter. And he's enjoying what he's doing, but that's not really what he wants to do. That's not his like last. So I asked him why he never got to work with. I don't know, something that he could actually get a really good job with. Maybe like a help desk or IT related. So I think that got us talking, or physics or something like that. I honestly can't remember, but from the conversation that we had, I know that he could definitely get a better job with his degree. But he said that he never, wanted to get that degree, and he just got it because, to satisfy his parents and just for the sake of it. But I asked him, so what does he really want? Because he's working as a carpenter right now, and even though he likes what he's doing, because it helps him pursue, what he actually wants. It gives him time to do what he actually wants to do. So I asked him, what does he actually want to do? And he goes, he is writing music, and he wants to pursue music like full time. That's what he wants to do. But now he's like in his late 30s, so it feels like it's too late for him to go into music, and like it feels like no one would want to listen to any of his dumb stuff that he's writing. Wow. So this guy literally has self-doubt, and I'm like, so why are you doing all this? Why are you writing all these songs? Why are you spending time in the studio and you don't even believe in yourself? Honestly, he almost felt like, and he was like, what do I want out of, my career? Why am I doing it? And I'm like, truly, I spent a lot of time I grew up wanting to be a nurse. And also that's like my family wanted me to be in the science field and wanted me to pursue like medicine or nursing, something like that. But, it took me many, many years to figure out, okay, maybe this is not what I really want to do. Yes, I love helping people, but I don't think I could, really thrive in certain like field or courses or really succeed. It might take me a long time to actually get there. And I haven't actually thought of something else. Like, do I actually see myself? Is there something I love more than working in a hospital or working in a nursing home? And I actually worked, as a CNA, as a caregiver, and I kind of got, had that feeling of, okay, what it feels like to be a nurse. So I definitely explored that route. And of course, I spent 2 years, actually 3 years at a community college, preparing to go into nursing school. So I definitely know what to expect. But then it took me not until last year or 2 years ago to say, no, I'm going to pivot into IT. Definitely, because obviously I just feel like it's a better, route for me to go. And long term, I feel like I could do better here. And this is just somewhere that I enjoy working in. So, and I just told him, it's better late than never. You started, why not see it to the end? And he was talking about how many people that are doing so well now are so young, and the kind of niche that he just, made a case for why he would never succeed. And I'm like, why aren't you thinking of all the things that could go right? And we had that conversation, and like, it's never too late. Just keep doing what you're doing. And I told him, utilize, social media platforms, go on TikTok, do all these things. And I'm giving him all this advice. And by the time we spoke, and this guy was like, you're such a good human being. I swear I would not make this up. And I've left conversations where people actually tell me this, like people that I actually don't know. I feel like, honestly, I don't talk to people that I pick up, my riders. I say hello to them, they come in, they sit, I take them to wherever they're going, and they get off. I tell them have a good day, and that's it most of the time, because sometimes I'm just an awkward person. I don't know how to start conversations unless you start the conversation and I can just kind of respond, or I don't know how to lead conversations. So start the conversation, or you ask me questions, I definitely will answer. So most times when people just start conversations with me, it ends up going really well, and they do appreciate what I have to tell them. So it makes me feel that if I'm giving people like real life advice and career advice, but then my life is literally a wreck, then what am I doing? I'm literally this person. This person has so much self-doubt. They think they can never make it. They think that they're too old to succeed. They are too old to get into something. They are too old to do what they actually love. And I'm telling them no. I'm telling them hold strong. Continue doing what you're doing. Keep grinding. But then I'm looking inwards and I'm like, this person just appreciated this advice, appreciated, how you help boost their confidence. But then it's either there's no one to really do that for you, or even if someone does that for you, you actually don't receive it, or you don't even believe it. Why? So guys, if you're like me and you never believe that you can actually succeed, you don't believe that you can accomplish anything in life, you don't believe you're worth anything, you have this self-doubt, like, are you really doing the right thing? You have instant regret when something doesn't go right, but you feel like maybe a year ago, 2 years ago, you were thriving and something goes wrong and it's like, oh my God, I knew this was going to happen. I feel like it's time to change that mindset right away. You should always try to think positively. And before you think about why everything is going down, you should think about why or how so many things can go right. I feel like you need to change that mindset, and that's what I should start doing. This advice that I give to people, I think I need to use it for myself, And honestly, when this guy dropped and he just told me I'm such a good person, like he really appreciated everything I told him and he was so glad that I was the one that picked him up. And I'm like, yeah, you're welcome. And honestly, I definitely nearly shed a tear that night because I was driving back to pick my next rider and I'm like, wait a minute. Why do I keep doing this for people? Why? But then I nothing is going right with me, And honestly, I need to take my own advice and I need to always just be positive. Like, it's so hard, you guys, and that's why the Bible, this has been my rock. God has been my rock, but the word, his words, has been my strength, has just been my shield. It's been everything to me. It's what I've been holding on to. And this is why I have the confidence to put out the words I put to people. And this is why I feel like I'm so tired right now. I came in here, this is literally a few minutes to 1 in the middle of the night, and I just feel like I need to talk to you guys because since the last time that I posted the other video before the trial now, I've been feeling like I've been procrastinating again, and I'm like, no, I cannot do this. I really need to come on here and do what I said I would do, and I kind of feel like this is what I should be doing. Honestly, if I have done this so many times, I feel like I could keep doing this, and I feel like there are so many people, even if it's just one person at a time that needs to hear this. You need to continue to believe in yourself. You need to get rid of that self-doubt. It's gonna take time. It's gonna take, I don't know how long. It's gonna take you fighting it. And if you don't believe in God, I don't know, there's got to be something you believe in. And I'm not gonna force religion on anybody. That's who I believe in, and that is what's been working for me. I cannot steer you in the wrong direction. I cannot make anything up. Honestly, that is what's been keeping me. So, and it's the reason why I keep going every day, and no matter how hard things get, when I come across the word of the day, when I go into my Bible app and I see some words and I see the word of the day, I'm like, wow, this is just what I needed. And this is why I can keep going. So sometimes when you just need something to lift up your spirits, you can turn to your Bible. You can journal. Sometimes I literally go into my voice recording and I record it the way I'm feeling. And thank God we're in the world where, there are AI tools. ChatGPT is there. If there's no one to share how you're feeling with, you can turn to those. And there's so many things that you could utilize, but you need to find ways to just get rid of the negative feeling that you're having. I don't know, music also has been something. Just listening to gospel music is a way that I lift up my spirit and just not drown myself in negativity. So these are the things that have been helping me, and I've been improving. Remember, I said everything I've been going through, I want to come and share as little as I can, and everything that has been helping me improve, I want to share with you, because I'm sure I'm not the only person going through this. I'm not the only person feeling this way. So if I can help one person, I'm sure, I'm going to be rewarded for that. And I'm not talking about rewarded, financially, or I don't know. The blessings will definitely come from that. It could be peace of mind, as a reward, and I'm okay with that. So if I make one person happy, if I can change one person's life, I'm sure God Himself will be happy with me. So I don't want this video to be too long, and I'm sure it's already getting too long. So I'm gonna leave you with that today, and yeah, we'll talk again soon. Thank you. Please subscribe and like this video if you did enjoy it. Have a good day or night. Bye now.